Breaking. As of July 7, 2025, the TSA has ended the mandatory shoes-off policy at all U.S. airport security checkpoints. Travelers can now keep their shoes on during screening. Announced by Secretary Kristi Noem and effective immediately nationwide. This is the new reality for every American flyer, and the consequences could transform not just how we travel, but how airport security actually works. Will this long-awaited change finally speed things up or open the door to new risks nobody's talking about? In this video, we unpack exactly why the rule changed, who it affects, and what every traveler needs to know before their next flight. On July 8, 2025, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced a major change for every U.S. airport. Travelers no longer have to remove their shoes at security checkpoints. The policy takes effect immediately, covering all commercial flights nationwide. According to the official statement, this update comes as part of a broader push to modernize airport screening while maintaining safety. The Department of Homeland Security cited new scanning technology and a multi-layered security approach as key reasons for the shift. While most airports have already implemented the change, travelers may still encounter occasional requests for shoe removal during secondary screening or at locations where equipment upgrades are ongoing. The new rule applies to all passengers, domestic and international, passing through TSA checkpoints in the United States. Secretary Noem emphasized that security remains the top priority, but the experience for travelers should now be faster and less stressful. For the first time in over 2 decades, keeping your shoes on at the airport is standard, not the exception. As with any new policy, travelers are encouraged to check with their airline or airport for the latest local guidance during the rollout period. Next-generation CT scanners now sit at the heart of this change. Unlike the old 2-dimensional X-ray machines, these new systems create detailed 3-dimensional images of everything in your carry-on, including the inside of your shoes. The technology was originally developed in response to threats like the 2001 shoe bomber incident. Now it is precise enough to spot hidden explosives or contraband without forcing everyone to remove their footwear. The push for faster lines has also played a big part. Over the past decade, public frustration with wait times led to mounting pressure on airport authorities to streamline the process. TSA data shows that, at pilot sites, average wait times dropped by up to 20% once the new scanners were installed. The rollout follows a clear, 3-phase timeline. Phase 1 began with the official announcement on July 8, 2025. Over the next week, airports posted new signage and staff gave live reminders, helping travelers adjust to the updated routine. By July 14th, full enforcement kicked in nationwide, meaning shoes stay on unless a scanner flags something unusual. This phased approach, backed by both public demand and proven technology, sets the stage for a more efficient checkpoint experience without compromising safety. Every airport security rule comes with its own set of procedures and technical terms. At the checkpoint, travelers now pass through a primary screening using advanced CT or AIT scanners. These machines scan shoes and carry-ons without requiring removal. If the scanner detects something unusual, officers may request what's called secondary screening. That means a closer inspection, which could involve removing shoes, a pat-down, or an explosives trace detection swab, often abbreviated as ETD. Most travelers will never face this. But refusal to comply with any directed screening leads to denied boarding and possible law enforcement involvement. Identification rules remain strict. Since May 7, 2025, all domestic flyers age 18 and up must show a real ID-compliant license, a valid passport, or another federally accepted document. Automated ID scanners now cross-check this information with your flight reservation, using what's known as API or PNR data, Advanced Passenger Information or Passenger Name Record. There are no longer age-based exemptions for shoe removal, since the rule now covers everyone. Medical and disability accommodations are still available, but always require officer assistance. In every case, Following instructions keeps the process moving and avoids delays or missed flights. A family of 4 breezes through the security line, shoes on, carry-ons packed, and nothing slows them down until the scanner beeps. The officer politely asks the teenage son to step aside for a quick check. It's not about age or status anymore. One flagged image means anyone, even a frequent flyer, might need to remove their shoes for a closer look. A senior traveler, cane in hand, is waved through without hassle, but when the scanner pings on her orthopedic insert, she's offered a seat and a hand swab instead of struggling with laces. Meanwhile, a business traveler, late for his flight, tries to skip ahead, only to find that refusing a directed screening lands him in secondary, risking a missed flight. Here's a common myth. Shoes always stay on, no exceptions. The fact is, if a scanner alarms or a random check is triggered, anyone can be asked to remove their shoes. Denying the request means you might not board at all. For travelers needing extra help, programs like TSA Cares offer support. Just call ahead to arrange assistance. The best move? Follow officer instructions, keep calm, and know that a quick pause now can save bigger delays later. As of July 7, 2025, the TSA's nationwide rule allows travelers to keep their shoes on at all U.S. airport checkpoints. A change announced by Secretary Kristi Noem and supported by advances in 3D CT scanning technology. This marks the end of a policy in place since 2001, reflecting both improved threat detection and persistent calls for faster, less intrusive screening. Official TSA documents confirm that while most passengers benefit, exemptions remain for travelers under 12, over 75, and those with medical needs. The agency's field manuals clarify that secondary screening may still require shoe removal if alarms sound, meaning the process is not entirely uniform. While some details about implementation timelines remain classified or vary by airport, the central facts are clear. The shoes-off rule has ended nationwide, effective July 2025. All travelers are advised to check with their airline or airport for the latest guidance. For verified updates on travel changes, subscribe to this channel.